Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
What's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media Update. So we have some, I guess you could say, breaking news for the Indiana Fever. There's been a roster change, in which a few weeks ago, when it came down to these two roster spots, we kind of like tried to figure out what was going to happen. First, we had Katie Lou Samuelson. The Indiana Fever bought out her contract, and then they left one roster spot available. Now, during that time, we end up bringing in Bree Turner for Katie Lou Samuelson spot, but that left us wondering what would we do with the last spot. So I'm here to tell you that the Indiana Fever and, well, not just the Indiana Fever, but the last spot of Kristy Wallace, it seems like she would not be returning to the Fever this season, opting out to play the 2025 season with the Indiana Fever. Now, this move comes pretty unexpectedly, and I do believe there's something major going on with Kristy Wallace and her family. It's like the same situation with Damaris Dantas a few years ago, when Damaris Dantas had her knee injury, and then she had some family issues, and she ended up sitting out. So Kristy Wallace did made an announcement about this, and I'll go in further more detail on why, and then I'm gonna highlight a situation that would probably shed some light on Kristy Wallace's situation. So Kristy Wallace said, "It has not been an easy decision for me, but that I make knowing is that what I want is best for my best interest at the time." Wallace said, "I would like to thank the Fever organization for working with me throughout the process, giving me both time and consideration, and for the support of my decision. I look forward to cheering the team from afar during this upcoming season." Now, some of you probably say, what does all of this mean? What does all of this mean? What does this do for Kristy Wallace's contract? Well, I'm here to tell you, like I said, it's the same situation with Damaris Dantas. Her contract will be suspended, but the Indiana Fever will hold her rights to her. Now, we all know Kristy Wallace played in Atlanta with Christy Size, and when Christy Size got hired, she brought Kristy Wallace over. They gave her a pretty substantial contract, protected as well, because lo and behold, she probably would have been cut from the Fever a long time ago. But nevertheless, she played through the season, up and down season. Once they draft Caitlin Clark, her role pretty much diminished. She did get some playing time. She was a starter for majority to start the season last year, until they changed some stuff up. They insert Katie Lou Samuelson in the starting lineup. Then they change over. Finally let Lexi Hall start. But nevertheless, Kristy Wallace would not be returning to the team. And like I said, they do hold the rights to her and everything like that. And most likely, her contract does come off the books next year. So I don't know if they would do a buyout with her contract. I don't even know how that will play into effect, to be honest with you. It's something that I'll probably have to do more digging and finding information to bring it to you guys, because I don't want to speculate on it. You know how I do. I always want to match my facts with the stats. So, but unfortunately, let me see. Chloe Peterson, she put out, she said that Kristy Wallace will forgo her 2025 WNBA season with the Fever, announced today. Wallace was a part-time starter in 2025, averaging over just under 5.6 per game, under 2 rebounds per game. The Fever will retain her rights, just as I alluded to and expected to. And her contract will, like I said, her contract is suspended off the books. Now that would leave the Indiana Fever with 2 draft picks in the second round, 19 and 20, and 1 in the third round. Plus, they will have now, with her contract being suspended, that would give them over 112,000 to work with. What that would mean for the Indiana Fever? Well, most likely it would. They could bring in another big time person, say Ella Deladon, or Emma Mirismon. They have the money to pay them, and then what they could do with the draft picks, don't know. They could stash them. They could pick the picks, stash them away for a year, then bring them on a roster. Or say, for instance, if Jaylen Brown, who signed a training camp contract, but her money does not affect the books until training camp. So if she makes the team, then it's what it is. But if she doesn't make the team, then you could use one of them draft picks that you have and easily put them in her place. But I do want to highlight something, because this probably will bring a little light about the Kristy Wallace situation here. Now, this tweet was 5 days ago, and it is circling around X right now. I don't want to speculate how true it is or anything like that, but Scott B said that it breaks his heart that rest in peace, Geraldine Wallace, the stepmom of Kristy Wallace. She was 53 years old. She was battling stage 4 colorectal cancer, colorectal cancer. She was fighting it for the last 2 years. So maybe Kristy Wallace has some family issues going on. Like I said, I don't want to speculate on her situation at all. That's something I just don't want to do at this moment. But that tweet was there. I found it. Maybe it's some truth to it or not. You know how X does half the time. But I do wish Kristy Wallace well. I wish everything the best for her. I just hope her family situation, whatever's going on with her, is really taken into consideration. I know we was wondering what her situation was on her role on this team. Was she gonna stay on the team? Was they gonna buy her out of her contract? But now that we have it, she's going to sit out for the remaining of the season. Most likely, like I said, the Fever does own her rights. They do own Kristy Wallace's rights, and most likely, they have to work out if her contract comes off the books. I don't even know what her salary is right now. I haven't looked it up, or whatever the case may be. But nevertheless, prayers and our thoughts with Kristy Wallace right now. Hope everything goes well with her and everything like that. Now, but what direction does the Indiana Fever go into? That's going to be the question. Like I said, they could go into multiple directions. They could pick up another vet. They could sign another person. To me, I feel like it opens the door more for Ella Deladon than anybody else. Now, the Fever might have somebody else on their radar that we're not even looking at right now, or we don't even have a thought what's going on at this moment. You know how the Indiana Fever roll. They have been moving in silence for this whole free agency. We didn't, they've been making moves that we didn't even think of. But like I said, it could open the door for someone like Ella Denadon if she decides to play this year, or she decides to what she's going to do. Um, you still have Emma over there who said that she might not come back into, might not play until July. So we don't know what that might be, because you could draft somebody in her, if you say she do agree to a contract and she's not coming to July, that means you have to fill that roster spot, or you could leave that roster, or you could go into the season with 11 players instead of 12 and just hold her spot until she comes over, or whatever the case might be. Or you could just use your draft picks right there. If your draft picks doesn't make it, then you can always cut them. And like I said, also you could stash them draft picks, whatever the case might be, for next year or whatever the case. So who knows what the Indiana Fever might do? But nevertheless, that's my time, my update on Kristy Wallace and the Indiana Fever situation. If there becomes more information about what the Indiana Fever may or may not do, Livewire Sports Media will bring it to you. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell anytime I drop a hardcore video. Until the next episode, guys, I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.